You went with General McChrystal to a market in western Afghanistan and spoke to locals. What are their greatest concerns?
Their concerns are the same as the Afghan people almost anywhere in the country, which is security, safety from the Taliban. There is one paved road that serves that town, and it's controlled by the Taliban. So if a shopkeeper needs to drive down that road, he's going to run into a Taliban checkpoint, and they're going to hold him up for money. He talked to one shopkeeper that had actually been kidnapped by the Taliban. So their number one concern is just plain safety. The second biggest concern they all have is basic services, electricity. They don't have electricity in that market except on days when the American commander comes to visit, then they turn it on.
And what does General McChrystal see as the greatest challenge facing his troops in Afghanistan right now?
Well, two things. He believes they don't have enough troops to wage a counterinsurgency campaign. And a counterinsurgency campaign is fundamentally different from conventional war. You're not out there to kill the enemy. You're out there to protect the people and provide them the kinds of services that the government in Kabul has so far been unable to provide. So that's the first thing he needs, is he needs more troops. But he also says that more troops are not going to do it unless they also change the way they operate. And he's talking specifically there about the civilian casualties which are caused by American airstrikes and American artillery, which of course is one of the U.S.'s greatest advantages over an enemy like the Taliban, which has neither any artillery to speak of nor any air force. But the problem is that when airstrikes get called in, particularly on residential compounds, there often turn out to be civilians inside those houses along with the Taliban, and you kill the Taliban, but you also kill civilians, and the result is that you've scored a tactical victory. You've defeated the enemy in whatever battle you're involved in, but it's a strategic defeat because you have created these civilian casualties, and the culture in Afghanistan demands revenge for killing a member of your family. So all you're doing is making more enemies.
So how many more troops would McChrystal like to see in Afghanistan?
Well, that's the big guessing game everybody is playing in Washington. It is going to be tens of thousands of troops that he needs. Whether he's going to get that many, say between 30 and 40,000, remains, of course, to be seen, because the president is doing this review of the entire strategy. But he is thinking of a surge of American troops that would be comparable to the surge that occurred in Iraq at the beginning of 2007, and which is credited with helping turn that war around.